Hey everyone, Bitcoin and all monies are constantly trying to spread. The siren song of everything you could possibly spend money on is constantly trying to separate you from your Bitcoin. Now, that's a good thing if the siren song is being listened to by someone else, and a bad thing if you are listening to that siren song. I talked earlier today about a friend of mine who sold 97 Bitcoin for $10,000. I also talked about someone I knew who bought Bitcoin at $5,000 and sold it at $20,000. So the good thing about a money is it does spread. Ultimately, a good money like Bitcoin wants to be in the hands of everybody. It wants to be, of course, it doesn't have a mind of its own or anything, but the natural incentives are that money will spread and that it will be used for commerce and that it will be used for everything. Now, you have to think about the good side of this as well, because when I was buying my first Bitcoin back in 2017, the price was around $10,000. I think the average of what I bought in 2017 and 2018 was maybe $9,000. But what if all of the early adopters of Bitcoin between 2009 and 2016 had held their Bitcoin and not been willing to sell any of it? Well, then I would be buying Bitcoin back then at $100,000 instead of at $10,000 or $9,000. What if the people today, every single person who held Bitcoin today, absolutely refused to part with it? Well, that means you would be buying Bitcoin today at $1 million per coin instead of just $104,000 per coin. So it's a good thing that Bitcoin and all other money spreads naturally. It's a good thing that money naturally wants to end up in the hands of everybody that could benefit from that money. But you have to understand the same incentives that are making people sell Bitcoin to you are going to kick in and encourage you to part with your Bitcoin in the future for something you want. So it's best, first of all, if you have US dollars, to spend those and save your Bitcoin as long as conceivably possible, but also to understand that when it is the right time for you and your family, and you want to improve you or your family's life in some way, there's nothing wrong with doing that, because that is the purpose of money. And at the end of the day, a lot of people improved their lives and the lives of their family with the US dollars that I gave them in exchange for their Bitcoin. And in the future, a lot of people will do the same, and eventually win about 3% better at making everything in general over time. So in the future, Bitcoin will just be money. It will go up in value 3% per year, and everyone will use it for everything. And at that point, you won't have to think about it as both an investment and a money. It will just be a money. Until then, hold on to it as long as you can, buy as much as you can, and understand that 1,000 different things will try to separate you from your Bitcoin. And be thankful every time you buy Bitcoin, that the reason you can buy it at the price you're buying it for today, instead of a price that is radically higher, today's price. And if nobody was willing to sell it to you at $100,000 or $104,000 per coin, you would have to pay infinitely more than that for your Bitcoin. So that's the way money works. Advice is the same as always. Buy as much Bitcoin as you can, hold on to it as long as conceivably possible, and use that to supercharge your finances, achieve financial freedom. And if your goal is generational wealth for your family, then do that too. Stay safe out there, everyone, and have a great night.